At least 16 people have died, and more than 200,000 have been evacuated as Gujarat, a state in India, was hit by the strongest cyclone in over 2 decades late on May 17th. Several ports and airports have been forced to close. The India Meteorological Department, IMD, classified the cyclone, which formed in the Arabian Sea, as an extremely severe cyclonic storm, upgrading it from the very severe category. Named Tauktae, the cyclone brought winds of up to 210 km/h, equivalent to a Category 3 hurricane, just one level below the IMD's supercyclone classification. Udaya Regmi, the South Asia head of delegation for the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, stated, "This cyclone has dealt a devastating blow to millions of people in India. Many families are barely surviving." Officials have described it as the most severe cyclone to strike Gujarat in at least 20 years. Authorities reported that the cyclone has claimed at least 16 lives, left over 25 fishing boats missing, and caused widespread devastation as it swept through the coastal states of Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, and Maharashtra. Numerous power lines, trees, and buildings have suffered extensive damage. Further down India's western coast, the cyclone battered Mumbai, the country's financial hub, forcing authorities to suspend operations at the city's airport and close several major roads due to flooding. The tracks of Mumbai's urban railway network, one of the busiest in the world, were also submerged. As of now, damage assessments are still being updated. The combination of Typhoon Doksuri, a high-pressure system, and 2 major mountain ranges has created an unprecedented heavy rainfall, causing devastating floods in Beijing and surrounding areas. From July 29th to the morning of August 2, Beijing experienced its heaviest rainfall in 140 years. The weather station in Changping district recorded a staggering 744.8 mm of rain during this period, the highest amount since 1891, according to the China Meteorological Administration. This heavy rainfall was caused by the influence of Typhoon Doksuri, which combined with a tropical high-pressure system that pushed a massive moisture flow along a north-south axis in eastern China. This vast moisture flow was then blocked by the Taihang and Yanshan mountain ranges in northern China, resulting in the heavy rainfall. The situation worsened when Typhoon Khanun formed in the East China Sea during this time. Typhoon Khanun continued to push a large amount of moisture toward northern China, leading to an unprecedented weather event that exceeded the monitoring and forecasting capabilities of the country's meteorological agencies. Lincheng County in Hebei Province, which borders Beijing, witnessed the highest rainfall, reaching up to 1,003 mm from July 29th to August 1st, equivalent to the total rainfall for 2 years in that area. 4 weather stations in Beijing and 10 in Hebei recorded daily rainfall amounts that were unprecedented in history. This is the heaviest rainfall in northern China since 1964, breaking the record of the 2012 flood, which caused 79 deaths and affected over 1.6 million people. Since the beginning of the 21st century, heavy rainfall has become more frequent in northern China. During the 1950-1970 period, the main rain belt was concentrated in northern China, but it gradually shifted southward during the 1980-1990 period. However, since the early 21st century, the rain belt has been slowly moving back north. As northern China is experiencing a period of increasing heavy rainfall, extreme weather events and floods are likely to occur more frequently and with greater intensity. This underscores the need for China's meteorological agencies to enhance their forecasting and warning capabilities, while provincial and municipal governments must improve their disaster prevention and mitigation capacities. The The drainage system in China's capital has not kept pace with the city's rapid development. Many of these systems were not designed to handle such massive amounts of water and have not been regularly maintained. This can lead to flooding and exacerbate the impact of floods. Additionally, Beijing and other cities need to develop infrastructure systems that facilitate evacuation and provide necessary information about extreme weather to the public.
Tropical storm. Debbie made landfall over the past week, delivering up to 63 cm of rain, leading to widespread flooding that has devastated numerous homes and schools, and claiming the lives of at least 8 people. The flooding has severely hampered transportation across affected areas. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper announced that the state has mobilized additional rescue teams, the National Guard, and various resources in preparation for emergency response efforts in flooded areas. Air travel has been heavily impacted, with thousands of flights canceled or delayed as Tropical Storm Debbie neared Florida, and the number of cancellations continues to rise. As of 5 p.m. on August 4th, nearly 2,000 flights had been canceled and nearly 6,300 delayed. American Airlines and JetBlue Airways have experienced the most disruptions, with 17% of their scheduled flights canceled. Tornado warnings remain in effect for North Carolina and Virginia through the night of August 8th. Authorities have also advised residents to be on high alert for potential tornadoes in Washington, D.C., Maryland, North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia until the morning of August 9th. Local rescue forces are continuing their efforts to conduct rescue operations, mitigate the aftermath of the storm, evacuate residents, and provide assistance in areas at risk of further storms. According to the U.S. National Hurricane Center, NHC, Tropical Storm Debbie weakened to a tropical depression on the afternoon of August 8th, with maximum sustained winds of around 55 km/h. Prior to this, Debbie made landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast on August 5th with winds of up to 80 km/h, 120 km/h. The storm gradually weakened as it moved into South Carolina in the early hours of August 7th. To date, at least 7 people have died as a result of this natural disaster. The storm is expected to continue bringing heavy rainfall over the coming days, with the potential for severe and widespread flash flooding.